Friday, as I was preparing to write my Georgia 3-2-1 column, where I do 3 observations, 2 questions, 1 prediction, I had to stop what I was doing and break the news of another Georgia player getting arrested. Daniel Harris was picked up for 5 moving violations. It was stupid. And I started thinking about it. I mean, I've broken a ton of these. I mean, what am I, 10, 15, 20? We break a lot of them at UGA Sports, and that's not the fun part of the job. It really sucks. I mean, and of course, we broke the one where Devin Willock was died, and it breaks your heart to have to report that news, and you don't want to report this stuff. You want to talk about Georgia football. And I started thinking about it. I've been trying to convince people for months now, years, that Kirby Smart's doing everything within his power to make these kids stop. I know that for a fact after the Clemson game, before they were headed back to Athens, he told the guys, "Hey, great win. Don't screw this up. Don't go out tonight. We cannot afford to have stuff like this happen anymore." So pretty much every time he releases them into the wild, if you will, after a game or a practice, he tells them not to do this. They've had countless speakers come in. They've had the highway patrol come in. They've had the police come in. They've had the president come in. They've had speaker after speaker after speaker, lecture after lecture after lecture. The suspensions, they get their pay docked. I mean, I know technically they're not paid, but they get NIL dollars, and the collective withholds money when they screw up. So I wrote this, and I basically said that I've asked, what can Smart do to stop it? We've documented this relentlessly, all the stuff he's done. And I know that Kirby Smart doesn't like to announce suspensions or punishment. He likes to keep that stuff in-house. I get wanting to keep your internal punishments internal. Why air the team's dirty laundry? Why humiliate a kid and get him, make him transfer? Why put the kid through a public smear campaign after he's already been dragged through the mud for getting arrested in the first place? It's like, isn't that enough? But at some point, you got to think about the reputation of the school and the program itself. You got to come out and say, look, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep having it happen. And what people don't see, when they don't see the punishments, they don't see all those stadium steps being run. They don't see the extra lifts. They don't see the money being docked from their paychecks. They just hear that we're handling it in-house. Well, it doesn't sound like you're doing a damn good job with it. So I say, forget, trying to take care of the dainty feelings of some of these kids. Put them on blast. Like, hey, the next time one of you gets arrested, we're going to announce a public suspension. We're not going to walk behind you clanging a bell going shame, 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 but we are going to let people know that, hey, this morning so-and-so was doing, runs in the stadium. This person was punished. At least show that I know you want to keep it all in-house, and I know Kirby will never do any of this. It's pie in the sky stuff. But at this point, it's beyond ridiculous. And I think in order to maintain the reputation of the program, maintain the reputation of the school, you show that, look, here are all the things that we've done. Put out a document. Put out a list of every speaker that's come. Put out the time of all the lectures. Put out all the speakers and the doc page, how many people have lost money, how many people have sat games. Stop keeping it in-house. Put it out there so that people understand you're doing everything you can. Some kids are just, they're stupid. And they know not to do it, and they do it anyway. And that's no longer on you after you've tried to stop them 8 ways from Sunday. Just my 2 cents.